computer. There we go. Now we're starting. Someone want to say something?
No.
I'm thinking. Give me a second.
Just gonna be quiet for an hour and a half while we record this. I refuse to speak.
I'd listen to it as a viewer.
Would you listen to silence ASMR?
Yeah.
All of us refusing to do a podcast?
Refuse to do a podcast. Welcome to our podcast.
Hello and welcome to our podcast, and there it is.
I'm glad you all picked up on that joke and I didn't have to say everybody be quiet.
See, this is why it's always good to befriend your boyfriend's best friends and make them your friends.
Mm-hmm. That's what we have all learned at the same time from all of this.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you're all dating Bram, so
every single one of us.
Yeah, that's why we're doing this podcast without him today.
So that we can talk shit about him.
Out of our love for Bram. Our love for
Hi,
Bram.
I'm Oscar Elliott, and you can find my work at lastwordonhockey.com/Oscar/Oscar Elliott.
We'll link it in the show
Jesus
notes.
Christ,
Carolina Hurricanes, and I'm one half of the Believe in the Magic podcast.
Why do we let this kid drink? I don't understand.
I don't know why. I was gonna say we can link all your stuff at
this
the end,
is the
Oscar.
end. It's over tomorrow. the podcast is done.
All right.
That's enough. I'm going.
All right, that's enough for Noah. Well, Noah, do you want to plug your LinkedIn or something?
Not in the slightest.
Okay, that's Noah.
My LinkedIn's crap. I haven't updated it in like 2 years, so.
I've endorsed you on LinkedIn.
I messaged you on LinkedIn saying hi, and then we talked, and then I just never responded to you.
Oh, jeez.
I thought it'd be funny. Yeah.
Here, I'll read you my DMs with Noah on LinkedIn. Where do we?
These are Bram's best friends for context.
Noah Patton. Okay, here we go. What do we? Noah sends the first message. Nice profile, big boy. Nice and the kissy emoji. Noah, I endorsed your skills, lol. I endorsed yours too, Papa. I think it went through. My Wi-Fi was spotty. That is
very professional.
Very
nice profile, big boy.
Big boy. Is that how you get your job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you did it?
Yeah, I walked into the interview and shook the guy's hand. I was like, you have a firm handshake, big boy.
Big boy.
They just hired me instantly.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, we were actually talking. You were so sweet, Noah. Oh, that's great. This is amazing. LinkedIn's wonderful. Adam, do you have a LinkedIn?
I do.
What?
I don't want to.
Yo, Adam, add me on LinkedIn.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, add me on LinkedIn too. I don't have you.
Why the fuck? Are we even a professional relationship tomorrow? Or is this just some kind of fucking joke to you? The only good answer is yes.
Yes, we're a professional relationship. My LinkedIn profile is actually very serious. I'm on my way to becoming second core of LinkedIn after my dad. He has like almost 20,000 connections.
Did you say second four?
There's no way he knows that many people.
He doesn't. He just adds people for fun. He's a whore. He just adds everyone. He dubs himself the whore of LinkedIn. Not me. Or was it my mom?
Add someone on LinkedIn that I don't have some sort of connection with or want to have some sort of connection with.
You just add my dad. He'll add you.
I just
added... I know that from what... If he doesn't add me, I'll be offended.
Yeah.
I just added you, Oscar, so, you know.
Oh my god. That's 93 connections now.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all of us working on our professional development on a live show.
Yeah, this is a good segue into our first segment. Social networking in the workplace and building your professional network. Noah, why don't you start us off?
Oh, I'm good with this topic.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Oscar, you can start us
okay,
off.
So what you want to do is get as many like courses and certifications under your belt as possible. Build up your resume to be as impressive as possible. Pad it. put down like take online LinkedIn courses like to work with Excel and Microsoft and Adobe Creative Suites. Do all that sort of thing that job hirers, employers look for.
Job hire.
Depends on the job.
Yes, I'm talking in my context.
Oh, okay.
We're not all the same, Noah. We're not all doctors.
Jesus.
For reference, Noah is not a doctor.
Yeah, not yet.
One day.
Not legally.
One
Not in the
day.
legal sense.
Maybe I'll get a PhD. That's my
God.
goal.
I believe you. I believe you could.
So today we are going to fall in love.
Yes.
Is the goal?
Yes. We have a bit of follow up first. First follow up is I don't know what's canon anymore. Adam, did the episode where we told the story about spraying things work, or did it die?
I think it worked. I'm pretty sure, but it's not a very long story, so you might as well recap.
Might as well. So the other day, I was talking to my parents about pandemic things and what jobs I could possibly do as a person A, without a car, and B, stuck in a small town with horrible transit. And my dad just recently took a mask fitting course, like to be a fit tester for N95s, because he's all about the professional development. That's Stephen Abrams. So he said, oh, you should take the course, and then you should be a fit tester, and you should go from office to office, like dental offices, testing masks. And I said, Dad, there's a couple of problems with that. And before I could say anything, my mom jumped in and she goes, Steven, you know tomorrow I can't do that. She's bad at spraying things. That's it. That's all I got. So follow-up, turns out that comment was meant because I'm bad with strong smells, not because I have issues spraying things, just because I'm bad with strong smells.
As it happens,
Here I was.
Mara is very good at spraying things.
Yes, I can water plants very well. So, yep, that was it. That was follow-up. I did it better last time. So yeah, that's it. That's my follow-up. We'll talk about all of it later. Do you have any follow-up, Adam?
Why is it follow-up? Why was it follow-up that I said that G Gundam is the best Gundam series ever?
I think he misunderstood what follow-up meant.
Well, I know, I understand. I just mean, like, when did I ever mention G Gundam is my question.
June 12th, when we came
Oh.
up with these show notes. It's currently
Okay.
July 14th.
That might have been just me being Mimi, but just in case that was a serious thing, it's still the best Gundam series. Go watch it. It's dumb.
Have you? Yeah, there we go. All right, that's it. That's all we needed to get through. Now
I have a question for everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you think happened with Dr. Disrespect?
Who the fuck is Dr. Disrespect?
Yeah, that was my question.
Oh my
What
god, I
happened
wish.
with him?
Tamara, do you know?
I know who Dr. Disrespect is. Oh, he's that Twitch guy who got banned from Twitch, right?
Yeah, he's like one of the biggest Twitch streamers. Like, I didn't follow him. I didn't really know who he was before this, but he's like one of the biggest Twitch streamers, and he got banned, and they're not releasing a reason.
Oh.
I bet
This-
you it's
this-
sexual assault.
Was this
That would
this
be my
related
guess.
at all to the whole like big Smash takedown of recent times?
Happened around the same time, but I don't think it was related. Like,
Yeah, because they would have released a
he's-
reason, wouldn't they?
yeah,
Mhm.
and he's not a smasher to my knowledge.
Yeah, no, I think it was I think it's sexual assault related, because there's been a lot of sexual assaults that have finally been like released and reported from the Twitch community in the last like number of weeks. Like, they're having their own Me Too movement essentially.
Yeah, and like Nairo, Zero, Kataro, La Luna, D1, Homemade Waffles, and Mr. Wizard went down. That's like Evo.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
yeah, that's a whole thing.
It's
Anyway,
weird.
shall we fall in love?
Yes.
How does one become a doctor of disrespect?
I think you have to get
You
your
have to study.
master's.
You have to get an undergraduate in Disrespect first. So that's
And
like
then-
playing
Yeah.
Ganon in Brawl.
Okay.
Yeah, is actually the co-chair of that department.
The doctor of disrespect, or like the undergrad department.
Undergrad.
On the undergrad.
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah. Should
I
talk
could
to
see
him.
that.
Can I get like a minor in disrespect?
I
Well,
think
like-
so.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'd have to assume like you could just major in like engineering like you are and then do a minor in disrespect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a
I
look
could
into
see
that.
that. Yeah, I think so. You'd have to check what the
Okay.
course offerings though, and the requirements might be pretty harsh.
Yeah, and
True.
your major is like pretty heavy on how many courses you have to take, so you might not be able to fit it in there, Noah.
Yeah, there's not a
Yeah.
lot of room for disrespect.
No.
Or
You might have to
You're too
be
straight edge.
disrespectful during your classes to make up the extra
Maybe-
credit.
yeah,
There you
Just,
go.
just
get, like, a
extracurricular, like it's
certificate.
just a hobby for you.
Yeah, it's just a hobby. Dabbles.
Jesus.
He dabbles in it. Amazing. So let's fall in love.
Agreed.
I'm already in love.
There you go. I'm in love with
The
I don't know.
Coco.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I was like, yeah, do we want to go down that path? That's fine. We haven't made our requisite 9/11 joke this episode yet, so we can fall down that.
Why don't you do that one for us, Mara? You're good at that.
I got it. It has to happen naturally, Adam. You can't just make a ground zero anywhere. You need planning and planes. That was a little too on the nose. Welcome to our podcast, Sucks, Oscar and Noah.
Oh God.
I think Adam's dead.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Top 4 OPS moments. Was it my dad saying ooh woo, the first 9/11 joke, or this 9/11 joke?
Okay, out of top 4 moments, like 1 to 4, your
Yeah.
dad saying ooh woo is like number 0.
Yeah.
It is the king of all OPS moments because you got your father, a respected man in the dental like community, to say ooh woo.
Like
Yeah,
I didn't even hear. I don't even know the references to all the moments, but I could already tell you that's number 1.
Yep.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Oscar, it appears you don't listen to OPS. You can now listen to us on Podbean. Yes, now we have an
We're plugging
RSS
it.
feed. We're doing the plugs in the middle because fuck structure.
Fuck this
Can
show,
I
first of
I
all.
listen to you on Google Play?
No.
No, you can't yet, but maybe.
Not yet.
Maybe in the
We'll work
That is
on it.
that is my main way of listening to podcasts.
You
Fair.
can listen to us on YouTube and on Facebook as well.
I listen to podcasts on my way to work on Google Play. So if you get on there, I will listen to you on my way to work.
You can listen to so you won't even listen to your own show, the one that you're on currently.
No, he will. We just
I-
have to get on Google Play.
Oh, okay, so that's our goal then. Thanks,
Oh, I
Oscar.
thought you meant I thought you were referencing my Leafs podcast, which I
No,
have
no.
listened to. I have listened to that on my way to work before.
You.
Jesus.
Amazing.
It was a really good one. We had a really good guest on. He was super smart. I wanted to re-listen to it.
Okay, just you wanted to like suck in all that smartitude.
Yeah, like the guy's super knowledgeable about hockey, and like I wanted to sort of go over stuff in case I missed anything.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Well, we keep saying the same segue. We should probably explain it. There's a free New York Times article called "The 36 Questions That Lead to Love," and we were talking a month and 2 days ago, about how college friends are great, but it's kind of different from high school friends in the sense that, like, I know so much about Adam. I've known Adam since 2014, but I don't know his favorite salad dressing. So we thought we'd do a get to know you episode once again, because what is OPS other than horrible jokes and personality quizzes?
Pretty much at this point.
Mm-hmm. And then we took Bram's best friends along for the ride because I have a podcast with them and Bram, and why the heck not crossover episode? So keep an eye out. We'll plug that show in the pluggables at the end.
The multiverse canons are getting more intermingled as we speak.
Pretty much. So who wants to begin? Woohoo!
I'll start.
Yay.
Here we go.
So do I ask the question, or will someone ask me the question?
I can ask you the question.
Okay.
So given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest?
This is interesting. Let me think about it, despite having the last like 30 minutes to think about it. Like, feel like Eric Tulsky would be a super interesting one. He's an analytics guy that works for the Carolina Hurricanes. I also really like Neil Patrick Harris or Kyle Dubas. So yeah, one of those three would be enjoyable.
Okay.
I also quite like Noah. I wouldn't mind having him over for dinner.
Anytime, Oscar. Anytime.
So yeah,
I see Kyle Dubas went to your, his alma mater is currently your school.
that is correct.
Could that also be why you want to go out on a wee date with him as well?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind meeting him in person. I missed my first opportunity because I didn't want to go get nachos at the hockey game one time. So my friend at university knows the assistant GM of the Leafs, and he went to go get nachos with two of my other friends, and they ran into Lawrence Gilman, and then they're like, "Yo, you want to meet Kyle Dubas?" And they're like, "Sure." And I instead stayed to watch the training camp, and I missed that opportunity. So I wouldn't mind getting that opportunity.
Always get nachos is the moral of that story.
Always get nachos.
Always get nachos.
All right, we can move on to Noah. Noah, would you like to be famous, and in what way?
No, just no, straight up.
No?
Being famous, yeah, I think it'd be weird.
I agree.
I wouldn't want people like, I don't know. It's kind of. I feel like okay. Ideally, it would be kind of cool to become famous after you die.
Okay.
Like kind of like you do something interesting in your life, but it's not like recognized as interesting until like later down the road. People are like, "Damn, that was actually really cool," but then you're dead and you don't have to deal with it.
Like discovering penicillin.
There we go.
Yeah.
I raised you being a famous podcaster. Everyone knows what you sound like, but no one knows what you look like.
Ooh.
True. That's interesting.
Yeah, there's a podcaster who I really love, CGP Grey, and like you can Google him and see his photo, but like he talks about this a lot. He makes YouTube videos as well.
Yeah,
but he
I've
doesn't
seen
put
some of them.
Yeah, but he doesn't put his face there. So like if he goes out in public, like unless you know what he looks like or know his voice, like he lives a normal life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, same
I'd be down
with
for that.
with famous sportscasters, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So like you can just live a normal life, but you make really good money, and like you technically have a platform. Well, not technically, you have a platform.
Mhm.
So yeah, well, that's pretty good. Adam, I guess like, are we just gonna work our way through all these questions, or do we just want to jump around?
I think
Yeah,
I think it's-
everyone just kind of chip in.
Sounds good.
I think
All right,
that's
who wants
fine.
to
Yeah.
go next?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. So anyone can answer this. Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say? Why?
Rarely, but yeah, I do.
I have as well, yeah, but not usually.
If it's something stressful, like making an appointment with like my dentist.
It's very specific, Adam.
No, I legitimately, like, even people that I know, or specifically like making an appointment with anybody, but like for some reason I'm more stressed about making appointments with people that I know than making appointments with people that I don't know. I don't know why. So then in those situations I will rehearse.
There you go.
It like I have rehearsed, but that's only like if I'm calling my boss or if I'm calling like for a job interview or something along those lines, like something professional.
Yeah. I used to work at a call center, ironically enough, and I got really used to like having a script. I mean, like it would be nice. Like I'd go off book a lot because I had a lot of dumb questions that were asked that were not in the manual. But I really enjoyed having a script. So now I just sort of write out like a few ideas of what I want to say beforehand. It's like almost show notes like we do for this. I just sort of like the general idea of what I'm going to say. And then I just run with it because otherwise I get anxious or distracted or I just don't call because I hate talking on the phone.
Me too.
It's
I hate
literally the worst.
Yeah,
I hate
sucks.
phone calls, but I never plan for them. I would just kind of wing it. Like if it's like a doctor's appointment, I just kind of go with it. But I think starting the call is the worst part, but then once I get talking, it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is.
don't-
I still have PTSD to that Patso phone ringing. I hated that.
I just hated
from
taking reservations because always got mad at me.
Oh.
Nobody showed me how to do them, and then like there was one day we were really busy, and then somebody just told me to start answering the phone, so I did. And came downstairs and got mad at me for answering the phone. And I was like, well, I was told to.
They always called at 6. They always called at 6, the busiest time.
Oh,
Yeah,
bastards.
it's awesome.
For reference, Noah and Oscar used to work in a very, very, would you say it's like one of the fanciest restaurants in Stratford, like aside from the Prune?
Besides the Prune and formerly Rundle's, Rundle's is no longer around, but
True.
Rest in peace, Rundle's.
yeah, like I
I
would
feel like
say
the Bruce is pretty fancy too.
Oh yeah.
the Bruce and I guess chef school when it's open.
Oh yeah, true.
But that's more because they're training people to work in that kind of environment.
Yeah.
And I'd say like not so much now, but the upstairs is definitely a little bit more than the downstairs at Patso.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But upstairs isn't, I wouldn't consider fancy anymore.
Like a nice casual fine dining.
Yeah, it's like something where you'd wear like nice clothes, but not like sort of like have to dress up for anymore. Like it used to be when it first opened, but not anymore.
All right, there we go. Tier list of famous restaurant or fancy restaurants in Stratford. I don't know. I find if I'm on the phone, if I don't sort of have an idea of what I'm going to say, and it's like calling my doctor, I'll say something really stupid and awkward. Like I had an MRI a week ago, and I needed to get a prescription for something to calm me down because I don't like small spaces, and I was also really nervous. But MRIs are not scary, so didn't end up really using. Well, I ate like half of a pill, but I called my doctor and I panicked and I left a message and I said something along the lines of, "Hey doc, it's me, Tamara. I have an MRI. Can you give me a script for something real nice and fun? Thanks. Bye."
Jesus. A script?
A script for something real nice and fun.
My God.
Yeah.
Jesus, that if that guy was being audited for like malpractice.
She gave me Ativan. It was great. I was really, really out of it, even though I only took half of it. And I had to navigate, because of COVID, I had to navigate the hospital after my MRI, like out of it at 5:30 in the morning by myself when half the hospital was closed. And I could only enter through like the emergency exit. Either way, I got lost.
Oh yeah, and you kept sending me snaps of it, and I didn't really do anything about it because I woke up at like 10 a.m. So it was past the time where I could have helped.
That's okay. I found a security guard. I was
Yay.
like, hello, Mr. Man. Please help me. I am lost and on drugs. And the guy was like, why don't you go outside? And I was like, not at the nicest hospital. In fact, I was at, it's Noah, if you know, Bathurst and Dundas.
I mean, I know where that is. I don't know what the hospital is. So.
It's Toronto Western. So it's like,
okay.
it's a fine hospital. It's just like, that's not an area you want to be in at 5:30 in the morning on a Sunday.
Yeah.
By yourself.
Fair.
When you're high. And the guy's like, yeah, you just go outside. And I'm like, I can't outside, mister. I think I literally said, I can't go outside, mister. Like, please don't make me leave the building. And he's like, are you okay? I'm like, I just need to get to the emergency department. My mom is there.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So I can't be trusted, even when sober, to be a normal human being. So I have to write out what I want to say sometimes when I get nervous.
Fair.
Yep. So I think on my pill bottle, like it said in the notes, something fun. And I was like, thanks, doc.
Jesus.
My doctor has a good sense of humor. I like her a lot.
Luckily.
Yeah. So that was my fun adventure of I need to rehearse phone calls.
Cool. Fair enough. So, next question, shall we?
Yes, let's move on.
All right. So, Noah, what would constitute a perfect day for you? You're on the spot. Go.
Gosh. I want to say sleep in, but I also don't like sleeping in. It's kind of I like sleeping in because, sleeping in is pretty good, but like also sleeping in, I wake up and I feel like I wasted time.
Yeah, I feel you.
So like perfect day, I'm going to like jam pack it. So I'm going to get up early, It's like a Sunday. I'm gonna get up early, like do some sort of workout or something to wake up. Then like have a brunch maybe, because that sounds kind of cool.
Brunch is fun.
Yeah, and then go to the beach maybe and like chill there for a bit until sunset, and then get like pretty good dinner somewhere at a bar, like a wings. I want wings.
That sounds good.
Like okay, if I'm being honest, I'm thinking of somewhere very specific. It's I don't know. I know Oscar knows, but
Steins?
no, I'm thinking the Black Dog. Like
Oh,
beach
yeah.
day,
Oh, yeah.
and then go to the Black Dog for dinner. That'd be pretty sweet.
They're hiring. I saw a post from them today that they're hiring
really?
for. Noah, do you want to be a dishwasher again?
Hell no. not in the slightest.
Why not?
I'm sure you could get discounts on the duck confit wings.
Yeah, it's not worth it though.
Well, there you go. Do we all want to answer this one? This one's my favorite question out of all of them.
It's a good one then.
What's your perfect day? And then we'll do Adam.
I have a couple different versions.
Okay. Of course, I would expect
Of
nothing
course, yeah.
less.
Right?
Okay, so it's like the perfect weekend for Oscar.
Yeah. Why don't you do the perfect
Do
weekend
that.
then? How's that?
So I have like 3 different versions.
Okay.
So perfect long weekend for Oscar.
Yeah. So first one would be like I wake up at my apartment at like 6:30 in the morning, which is a big feat for me. I usually wake up at like 11. So like waking up early, but like still being well rested, and going out for a walk in the I don't know what to call it. There's like a waterfall near my apartment, just near campus. And there's also a quarry near there. So I'd go for a walk through there, and then I'd go to one of the picnic tables and read for a little bit. I'd hang out. I'd get some lunch from Tim Hortons, and like I'd grab breakfast beforehand, like in my apartment. Then I'd come back for a while, chill, hang out, and then I'd order some wings, or something else, maybe fish and chips from some of the local places around there, and just be up like really late and just sort of playing some retro video games. That's one night. Another night is I'm out with the boys. And that could be wherever. Like I could be at Bentley's, I could be at place in Milverton, and something, and then we go out for breakfast the next morning, and we get either from animes or like features or something, and like something like that, or I'm with a bunch of friends and we're on a trip somewhere.
That'd be nice.
Those are the 3.
Also, Oscar, I'm holding it to you this summer. If we do decide, well, apparently they have places that are open where if you don't mind bringing your own pots and pans and cooking for yourself, you can rent a cabin for apparently quite a reasonable price, depending on how we deal with COVID restrictions. We could finally do a cottage weekend.
Yeah, if restrictions and stuff starts to calm down, I'm always down for a cottage.
Well, they're open now, surprisingly. Either way, that's beside the point. Adam, you wanna do your perfect day?
Sure. Pretty similar in the way that it starts is that I'd like to wake up early enough to watch the sunrise without being, I mean, even if I was terribly sleepy, I think what I would do is I'd make myself like a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and just kind of like watch the sunrise with some kind of like light breakfast. Then I think I would want to, at that point, probably play video games for a little bit. That would be nice until like noonish. Then I'd probably grab my SO. This would also be something like a holiday, and go for just go out into the world and either go to like a park together or like explore, but like explore, like go somewhere we haven't been before. Then like go have a nice dinner and spend the rest of the evening together. I think that would be fun for me. So
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's good. That's pretty fair. Like I wouldn't mind going somewhere we haven't been. Like I'm always down to plan trips. Like I plan way too many trips for that we actually end up doing. And yeah, a good dinner is always like a solid thing. Like if you're gonna have a good meal, dinner's the one to do it for.
Yeah. To really sit down and have a nice meal for.
Yeah. Can I do one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
No.
No,
You've been
not allowed
barred.
to.
No,
Not allowed
you
to.
are, of course. It's your fucking
Okay.
podcast.
I feel honored. Thank you. Listen. So I guess it depends where I am. Because there's different perfect days in each of the 3 cities I frequent. Because it's fun being a nomad and paying rent in only one place. So I guess I'll do Toronto and Guelph just for the sake of brevity. Guelph perfect day would probably be a weekend. This has happened, so I'm kind of going off of that, where it would be like some sort of event was happening, like not something I was hosting, but a friend would be. There was a mutual friend who Adam knows, who used to host amazing house parties, and we'd always have such a good time. And like every single person that we liked and people even we didn't like would be there, but they would always be so much fun. And it would be like everyone who, like most of my close friends in Guelph were usually there. So it would be one of those party nights. During the day, wake up, probably go to my favorite brunch place in Guelph where it's super dirt cheap. I think we took Noah there.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
that was when like Sam and Justin were.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a literal hole in the wall. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I forget the name right now, which is great. But we'd go there, and then we'd go thrifting to the Patch, because that's my favorite place to go and hang out in Guelph, because I always find cool shit there. Then come home, have some people over, get ready, eat a good dinner, and then go have a party. Go to party and stay there all night, and shenanigans ensue. That's a good Guelph night. Toronto, the perfect day, waking up, going for brunch. Probably it's winter time. I usually imagine it being like lightly snowing, because that's my favorite time. Probably like December, it's before Christmas. I get to go with Bram. We'll go to my favorite breakfast place in Toronto at like Davenport and where is it? I can see it in my head. It's called Rose and Sons, but they have like the best brunch. So we go there, we get brunch, and then we go downtown. We just spend the day going shopping and just walking around and just like having a ball. I like walking around doing things. And then go out for dinner to one of my favorite Italian restaurants, one of the many of them, or even discovering a new one. And then just staying out late, walking around, having fun, maybe going to get some Kula for dessert. That would be amazing. Or a Greg's ice cream. Greg's is the best ice cream, point blank. And then taking a subway ride home, or maybe even meeting up with friends later on, perhaps going to a breakfast place at 6 in the morning after being out all night. Always a good time. But just wandering around having fun. Those would be perfect days. And if it was Friday night, include emo night in there.
Yeah. Emo night's sweet.
It was very fun. I do miss it. That's like, they've had it in Guelph, but like nothing compares to the one at Sneaky D's.
Yeah.
It's great.
Oh my
It's
god,
really great.
Sneaky D's emo night.
Sneaky D's.
What a time.
Yeah. We always have so much fun. I've dragged Adam to many an emo night there.
Yeah, and I'm hoping to drag one because she's very interested. So.
Yes. Oh, it'll be so much fun. If like it opens up again, because they're closed right now.
Yeah.
Either way, that's the perfect day. That's it. And then like going out for brunch the next day with friends. Like it would be like a whole weekend thing. Kind of like one year for my birthday, we rented a hotel room, and then everyone had a giant sleepover, and it was so much fun. And like most people bailed on brunch the next day, but I went out for brunch with my ex and my friend to this honestly stupidly bougie place, but it was such a good brunch. And then it was just really nice to like finish off the night. That's it. That's
honestly, I'm itching to go back to Fran's for some brunch sometime.
Fran's is good.
Or like a post midterm.
I've heard legends about this place. I really want to go.
It's so good. They have really good pie. I went there for pie after seeing Brian Wilson with my parents at oh my god, where one of the big concert theaters that's like right beside it. Not for concerts.
Not Masonic. Some sort of hall. My dad saw
Roy
YouTube
Thompson.
there.
Roy Thompson. Possibly.
Oh, never mind. I was thinking of a different one.
Maybe? I don't know. I'm really like, this is me at 9:31 p.m. being really tired. So I woke up at like 3. Woohoo.
One knows.
But yeah, when it's time. Either way, let's keep going. Adam, you want to pick the next round of questions and pick your next?
Pick the next
Victim?
round of questions. Are we moving on to a different set or?
No. Like, pick the next question. Sorry,
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
being very clear.
Sure.
Pick
Okay.
your next victim.
Yeah.
The one that I think is interesting, if you were able to live to the age of 90, I don't know if anybody has any particular attachment to when did you last sing to yourself? I don't really know.
No.
That would be last night, and it was Mr. Brightside.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like,
It's
like
constantly
10 minutes
for me.
ago, and you know,
In the shower every morning.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Okay, so number 6. If you were able
Yeah.
to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want?
Ooh,
I have a question about this question.
Yes.
okay.
So does mind of a 30-year-old mean you do not learn anything else past 30?
Ooh.
No.
I think this
you-
is
you
more.
still
I
would.
think the question more has to do with
Like
can you
mental
what if you could
capacity.
halt the deterioration, because your
Yes.
mind and your body both deteriorate naturally. You keep learning, of course, but they deteriorate naturally. So the question is, if you could halt the deterioration of either of those two things, which one would you
What would
do?
you like? Yeah.
Mind.
Mind. So you'd take your body aging, but you want your mind to remain as sharp as a 30-year-old.
Yes.
Okay.
Same.
Okay.
Same.
I feel like that is, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like I'd be wanting to run around in like a 30-year-old body, but like not know where I am.
I was gonna say-
You could destroy some shit if you were a 90-year-old mind and a 30-year-old body.
So I'll counterpoint. This is getting real depressing, but I have watched my grandmother when she died at 99. Her body was shot, but her mind was good up until a certain age. But then she started realizing she was losing her marbles, and watching her go through that versus watching my grandfather, who his body's doing like, okay, so his body and mind are deteriorating at the same point, but like his mind has gone first. So like he doesn't know what's happening. He just kind of is like sitting and enjoying. He lives a very simple life. He likes cooking shows. He doesn't know he's dying. But my grandmother knew she was dying. So like I used to think the same about the mind, but like honestly, like once my mind goes, I would not ever want to go through knowing I'm dying and like knowing my body is failing me, because that was not fun. This got
Interesting.
depressing.
I have a counterpoint to your counterpoint.
Let's do
It's
it,
like
Noah.
along the same vein. I'd rather have my body deteriorating, but my mind be fine, because like in my family, there's a lot of like Alzheimer's and dementia. And so like, I feel like I personally wouldn't know what's going on the whole time, but like I don't know. It's not always the case.
Yeah.
Like it can be kind of difficult for like your family to have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So I'd rather like, I don't really have a problem. Like if I know I'm dying, at least I don't think I do, because I'm not dying, but like,
Yeah.
in theory,
No.
I feel like I wouldn't have a problem being like, yeah, you know what, I'm like 90, I'm dying now, that's fine. But like
Now,
being
I have a- sorry.
mentally like able to process that, I think would be more enjoyable, and I wouldn't have to put my family through like the same kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
agree with
Oscar.
that for the same reasons. But yeah, Oscar.
I have a question again about this question. Are
Alright.
the two mutually exclusive?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
okay, so like I wouldn't know what's going on if I chose the like body of a 30-year-old.
Yeah, theoretically,
like-
you would have the brain of like someone who has dementia, is what we're assuming.
Okay, so I'm just like, it's like one or the other. Then
Yes.
yeah,
Yep.
I'm 100% going mind, because if it's like I had like a 50% chance at having the mind of a 30-year-old while still having the body of a 30-year-old, like obviously I'd go with that, like and still having to find mind, but like body of the 30-year-old. But like, yeah, if it's one or the other, I'm picking mind.
Yeah.
But like, okay, counterpoint. Sorry, Adam. If you want it to be comfortable though, because like I don't know, as somebody who like has part of the body of an 80-year-old, it ain't fun. And like, God, what I would give to just like be. Oh, this is getting so depressing. I'm so sorry. So like, what I would give to just be comfortable and like not have to constantly worry. Like, oh, if I stand on top of the toilet to clean something. Am I going to throw my back out? Yes, I did throw my back out this morning doing that. So like I'd rather have a body and then like not really know what's going on when it finally comes time to die. Because like if you know your body's failing you, oh, it's not fun. It's really not fun. And because like you know what you're missing. It's like, oh, I used to be able to do this. I don't know. Maybe my opinion will change when I'm 90, but like my body's already failing me and I'm, 24.
Yeah, I completely understand that perspective, but I think that I would still prefer mine just for the reasoning that I think that a lot of the things with your body can be helped in, well, I mean, some of it can't, obviously.
Yeah.
And there's but I think that the worst psychological pain is the idea of being so aging and like and having your mind being shot and yet still being able, I fear to think what it might
Not
feel
being
like
able to
to
like
be
enjoy.
no I fear to think what it might be like to be so gone and have dementia and be like irritable and prone to mood swings and just be insufferable as a human being and have no control over that and yet still feel the disdain of people around you. I think that would hurt my soul in a way I cannot describe. So that's why I wouldn't want to be alone for the back half of my life so completely because I am a nuisance as a human being.
I mean, you wouldn't. Like, it's very rare. Like, honestly, you normally just get sweeter and kind of just, like, you have a simple life. Like, even my great aunt who, like, had horrible, I call her a force, but, like, she loved me, but everybody else would call her, not very nice words, when she was alive. When she finally, lost her marbles, she was very sweet, pretty calm, and like your kids wouldn't abandon you. I mean, unless they're shitty kids, but like, you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't be alone.
I don't know.
Yeah. The other thing I also don't think I like about it is like that. I don't know if it's brief, but like period of time where you're losing your marbles. I think that would be
horrifying. Yeah.
It's like watching someone go through that. It's like, oh sweet Jesus.
Because like for me personally, like I don't like forgetting things in the first place. Like.
Yeah.
Like waking up after a night of drinking and you like don't remember what happened is not.
I know which night you're referencing.
Obviously, but like that night, like I didn't like that. Like I don't like not remembering stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Even if it's like one night of something, like it's just
okay.
like,
maybe don't drink a 40 of malt liquor in 8 minutes.
Okay, noted, Oscar.
Thanks for the life.
Learn my lesson. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't enjoy that happening, so I can't imagine like enjoying it more happening on a large scale where you wake up one day and you're like, what happened to the first 20 years of my life? Like, how did I get here?
Or literally meeting your child and being like, wait, what the fuck is my child's name? Would fucking destroy me inside.
Yeah, that was kind of bad too. Like that happened once with my grandpa. Like we went to go visit him and then he thought I was my dad, which is like kind of sad.
Yeah. And
it was not so much for me because it's like, but like more for my dad. And it was like, geez.
It's hard watching someone go through that, and it's hard being involved when they go through that too. Like, I don't know, I talk to my grandfather every single day, and like he's in palliative care now. And like we just celebrated his 97th birthday with him last Friday. And he had a good time until he didn't, but like he enjoyed it. We got him a plant, and the only like damper on the day was that like he had a baby stroke in the middle of dinner. But he loved his plant. We got him a card. I read him the card because he didn't know what we said. He held my hand. We took some nice pictures, and then he went to bed. And it was like, the man had a nice day. Like, we asked him about it the next day. He was like, yeah, it's great. I got a plant. I love my plant. And then he went for a walk. He had a good day. It's like, okay, he's comfortable. That's all I can ask for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's divided. On the topic of death and terrible things, let's turn it around. For what in your life do you feel the most grateful for?
Where is that one? How far
Are we just
Just
skipping
9.
7 and 8?
We can like.
Well, does everybody here have a partner? And also, I don't know.
I would just pick Noah.
Okay, there we go.
I vote for not Oscar. I don't.
Ooh.
I pick somebody else.
Bram.
Can we redraft? Can we redraft?
We can all just do number 8 about Bram.
Oh, okay. That's
Okay.
actually
Okay.
interesting. Yeah.
Number
Sure.
7, I have a hunch.
Okay, Oscar.
Okay, do it.
Oscar wants to do all of them.
Give it.
So the question for the viewers back home, do you have a secret hunch about how you will die? I have a secret hunch that either I'm gonna live till it's one or the other. I'm gonna live till an annoyingly old age and just go out by natural causes. But the other way, like the other way I'm gonna go out is like if it wasn't so sad that I had passed, it's something that you would find funny. I think it's gonna be a dumb reason. I think you would laugh about it if it didn't end in someone's death. Is the kind of way.
Or if you're really psychotic, you might laugh anyway.
Yes.
Welcome to our podcast subs. Okay. Anyone else want to answer that, or do we want to do the Bram question?
I have no answers for 7.
I
I'm
really
hoping
don't.
natural causes.
I really don't. I really don't think about it.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it. All right, name 3 things that you think you have in common with our Lord and Savior, Bram Alexander.
That's the full question
Saunders.
as written on the New York Times article.
Yeah, exactly. I'm reading it verbatim. All right, I'll go last because I feel like I feel like mine's a little easy to do. So let's have everybody else go first.
Okay.
3 things that I have in common
with our Lord and Savior, Bram Alexander W. Saunders. You got to say the full question, Oscar, as it's written.
Yes. So number 1 would be obviously our love for the Smash community as well as just video games in general. Number 2, the fact that we went to the same high school. That's something in common.
Mm-hmm.
And number 3, come back to me for my 3rd one.
Okay.
We'll come back to you. Adam, do you want to hop in here and then we'll do Noah?
Yeah. So I have a similar thing. Is that I think one of our big things is that we both like the Smash community in video games and in stuff like that in general. 2, this is an interesting one. We share the belief, each one of us, that we are the luckiest people that we know. So Bram thinks he's the luckiest person that he knows, and I think the same thing.
Really?
That about myself. Yeah, this is something that we talked about while you were upstairs getting changed over the course of the 3-hour conversation that we had while you were getting changed.
Wait, when was this?
I remember this. I think this was over when I was over
staying at our house.
Yeah, staying at your place while Bram was out, and then when he came back.
Okay.
Conversation. So so both of us hold that belief about ourselves. Is number 2. Number 3, I think. I guess no, you know what? I won't even say it then because it falls under. We like video games. We like Smash, and we like movies and shows and stuff together. Like we're nerds together about very similar things. But other than that, I think this is also something a little bit weird. I think we both have at least 2 friend groups, one of which is like more nerdy and is based on the fact that we're all nerds, and one that is not.
Ooh.
So
yeah, that's a good one. All right, solid choices. I'm excited for Bram to listen to this later. That's honestly the reason why I made it about him.
I found out my 3rd thing. Sure. It's actually the way Bram and I became as close as we are.
Oh God.
It's our mutual hatred for Noah's ex-girlfriend.
Ooh. All right. We went there.
We would always walk home from school together, up to my place, talking about what she annoyed us about that day. And then we'd go up and watch Family Feud.
I love it. It's so wholesome, but also not wholesome.
And talking about her the entire time, and sometimes about Noah and how much it's like at one point I swear like we didn't hang out with Noah without her there for an entire 2 or 3 month period.
Jesus,
wow. That's a lot.
I'm sorry, Oscar and Bram.
I'll let him know you apologized. He might want reparations though. That's a bad joke. Noah, you want to go next?
Okay. See, this is kind of hard. I feel like
Yeah, it's on like I can't say sports or anything for Bram or stuff like that. And,
the weird thing is with me though is I feel like with a lot of my friends I don't have anything like super in common with them.
we're
You know what I
friends by
mean?
circumstance.
Yeah, like most of my friends are friends by circumstance, but like not in a bad way. Like I still enjoy talking to them.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Lots of
love
stuff,
I
but, like-
love hanging out and talking in our group chat and shit. But like
when
Yeah.
it comes to video games, I'm not that into them. When
Yeah.
it comes to like sports with like Oscar, I like watching them, but I'm not like stats and all that.
Yeah.
I think I have the most in common with probably Connor.
That's probably fair.
Yeah, that would make sense. But your friendship has endured though, and there's something there, you know.
Which is interesting. Like I feel like I
Records for you, Noah?
Yeah, you guys have
that was what I was
music.
gonna say. I was gonna say music, but like I can't think of like a second and third thing, and I don't want to use the high school one because that was pretty low effort, Oscar. Not gonna lie.
So
Well, I had
Ouch.
to get a
But,
third.
Jesus.
French immersion for you guys.
I mean,
sure, yeah.
but like, what initially drew you to him in the first place? You know, like there's got to be something, you know.
No, they were actually quite mean to
Yeah,
him
Bram
in
and
the
I
first place.
did not get along
I
at
know.
all until like
I
the
know.
7th grade. Or, well, no, 8th grade. I mean, maybe 7th grade. I think 7th grade, it was like tolerance. And then like Quebec trip, at least for me personally, I don't know if it's the same for Bram, but I like noticed myself becoming friends with Bram on the grade 8 Quebec trip.
He's got an infectious
And
personality.
were you just like, oh
When we were-
God, no, please stop?
Yeah, we ended up in the same room with like 2 other guys that aren't really in our friend group, and they weren't really at the time, but we ended up in a room because like our friend group at the time was like a 6-person one, and it was 4 people to a room.
Mhm.
Then Bram and I
Okay.
ended up in a room. It was a good time. I
I
had
had-
fun.
I
Who
had
did
no
you end
idea
up
were
in
the
a room with? Was it?
No, it was and
Ah,
yeah.
I had no idea that you guys roomed together. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Aww.
Alrighty, Tamara.
Yeah.
Are you able to even name one?
Oh my goodness, no, I hate Bram. He's terrible. 3 things
Clip
they have
it.
in
Clip
common.
that.
Clip
Clip
it.
that. Somebody clip that.
Soundbite. It's soundbite. It's going to him directly. I will, or I'll max volume it and echo it.
Oh goodness, you can like.
That's gonna be
reverb
my
it.
ringtone. That's my.
I'll
ringtone.
send it to you.
Whenever
so
Bram
glad.
calls.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to everybody here. That's what this group chat will be for. Is that
Yes.
soundbite?
Perfect. Sounds good. We'll keep the group chat going. 3 things that I love about Bram, who's smelly, and gross. There's another one for
Not
you.
that you love about him. That you have.
No,
in
that you have in
common.
I
common.
have
So you're
common?
saying you're both
mean, these are
smelly,
things I
which is
love about
true.
him. I mean, yeah. Well, okay, that's not one of them. Shut up, Adam. Ah! Okay, 3 things we have in common. We have very similar interests and hobbies, but they're different enough that like we'll both be interested in say something as broad as music, but like our tastes are different enough that we can like I know his music taste, he knows mine. We can recommend things and like we can talk about like industry news and like industry people and know what the other's talking about because Bram has such a broad taste in music. He literally will listen to everything and anything. But like I have to mention that because that's one of the reasons why Adam was like, you two should start talking.
Yep.
And like our first few text messages we exchanged were about like him recommending me songs that I still love to this day.
The other
But-
reason I recommended they hang out with each other is because they're both Jewish.
Yeah. We're the token Jews of Adam's friend group apparently. Hey, it worked out pretty well, eh?
It really did.
Yeah, so that's one of them. The other one is I'm gonna say this, but it's like it's mushy gushy. I was gonna say it to the end. We have similar values and like what we want out of life, and like when we sort of like have to deal with a problem or like deal with something, we approach it similarly but differently because at the core of it, like we both share the same like values, and we both know we want to like be in a very like loving family, like we want a loving relationship. He's like a very big, like we're both really big on supporting each other and being there for each other, and like friends are very important to us, and we're both close with our families, and like we're just very similar people in that sort of sense, and like what our vision for like life is, like what we want out of life, like to just essentially be able to like have enough money to live comfortably, but like spend as much time with each other and with our family as possible. That sort of stuff we have in common. And we've talked extensively about it. And like, I don't know, just every day there's something that I learn about him that's like, oh, this is gonna get so sappy. I feel so weird doing this with you guys, but that's fine. Every day, like, we learn something new about him, and like, it's something like new to like fall in love with because it's pretty stinky. Great. Aw, romance.
So
Love
cute.
you, Bram. He has his door closed. He can't hear me. But yeah, and then like we just have like stuff in common too. Like we both like movies. We both are like very much like people of the internet. So like, you know, most couples have like one group chat. We have like many chats with each other, but like the one we talk in the most is our Twitter DMs because we just send each other Twitter memes every day, and then like every night we sit and we go through the day's Twitter memes.
Hey, we send each other Twitter DMs every day.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know you and Bram do. So yeah, so he'll check Oscars first.
So when
And
are
then
you
he'll
gonna
check
marry
mine.
him, Oscar? When are you gonna make an honest man out of him?
Yeah, come on.
I assume like as soon as we graduate, that's when I'll make my move.
Sounds good.
I like it. I'll fight you to death combat. Or we could just be a polycule, you know, like just
Yeah.
get Noah in there, get Liam.
I kind
No,
of
we
want
are-
to duel. I want to see the duel.
Yeah.
Though.
Smash Bros. Best of 5. That's who gets up.
Oh
since-
fuck. Well, rip
Yeah,
me.
I think that's how it should go because you challenged Oscar tomorrow, so I think he gets to pick the mode of.
There we go.
That's very
All
true.
right,
Melee,
that's fair.
melee.
Oh
Melee.
god. Oh god.
I
But you have
have-
to play a Tamara match. You have to play melee
Yeah,
Tamara
you have to-
rules.
Yeah, you have to play with my rules.
Okay, I'm fine with items and stuff.
No, you can't edge guard her.
Oh,
You can't edge
Oh,
guard
no.
her. That's the
I play
first
Sheik.
rule.
this is not good.
That's the first rule.
I play Sheik. That is my entire game.
That is,
You
yeah.
made a
There goes
terrible
your win
mistake.
con, bud.
I shall go Fox for that then.
I will be
I'll
Kirby.
Up smash. I'll up smash.
You can't hit me if I'm landing. You have to let me land.
That too, yeah. You have to let her land. So
Have
if you
fun.
up smash her and she lives, you have to let her land. You can't juggle her.
So no up throw up air.
No. You have to let her land.
Yep.
Then
These
I'm
are my
going
rules.
north and I'm F smashing.
There you go. There it is.
I'm going the Noah route.
There
There
it
we
is.
go. So support us on Patreon if you want to see that in like a year and a half. Exclusive video. There's our plug.
Jesus.
Done.
There
I
it is.
did it. Yeah, there we go. Now, okay, here's the question that I know is on Oscar's mind. Do we want to go through all of these sequentially because it's already been almost an hour, or do we just want to pick some fun ones?
Let's pick some fun ones. The next one's not as
Yeah.
like, strong. I feel like
I don't even have a
feel like
good
that's-
one for this.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just, because I've looked through these a bunch. There's only 36, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, oh, these are
number
getting
12.
super
Number
sad.
12.
Number 12?
All right.
Okay.
That's good. If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be?
I wish for the ability to fly.
Me too.
Noah? Wait, is Noah here anymore?
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Fly or shape shifting.
Just fly.
That would be
Fly. Fly so convenient. Or teleport.
I was gonna say
Okay,
teleport, yeah.
I go with telekinesis.
Hmm.
I can will myself to fly.
Uh,
I get both, and I get other stuff with that.
smart.
Yeah.
That's good.
Wait, yeah, that's yeah.
That's a good one. You
Or
know
no,
what?
the force. I want the force.
The four.
Telekinesis. Telekinesis. You can just move stuff with your mind.
Yeah, no one's ever force flown.
What
There we go.
did you not see episode 8 with Leia?
That shit doesn't fucking count. No fucking sequel ability. Where was force healing? Okay, where was
Yeah.
it for the whole
Well-
fucking series?
It was at the very end, but then isn't that what killed Kylo Ren? Because he like healed himself, but apparently you like die when you heal someone. That's
No, but like, have you not heard this tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Oh my god, fuck. don't you fucking prequel memes me.
I thought
Oh,
not.
God.
It's not a story the Jedi would tell
God,
you.
shut up.
Oh my god,
Uh,
Oscar. Okay.
Can you do the whole? Don't demonstrate, but can you do the whole monologue?
We'll do bonus episodes.
No, I can only do the intro.
Okay,
I used to
alright.
be able to do.
Oh
I
my,
used to be able to do
Oscar.
the
oh my
entire
god, that's impressive.
Oh my god. Okay. I want to end off the episode with question 11, and I want Oscar to end off the episode because I want to hear him tell the story of his life in 4 minutes. But we'll leave that until the end.
Wait, what's the one ability that you want to have tomorrow, or quality?
Oh,
or quality?
I said teleport.
Oh, okay,
or
okay,
healing,
okay.
Because traveling would be great. I don't know. I'm basic.
Well, that's fair.
Ooh. Okay. Is there something that you dreamed of doing for a long time? Why haven't you done it? It's a little judgy.
That one's an uncomfortable one. Yeah, that feels like a therapy question more than.
Why haven't you done it?
Well, we're answering it. Why haven't you done it, Adam? What is it? Come on.
Wait, where are we?
Monetary
Oh,
reasons.
it's 14. Yeah. What is it?
Yeah, you gotta,
Are we supposed to specify what it is, or just that it
Yes.
exists? Okay.
you have to specify what it is.
Okay.
We're going really deep here, Noah. We're getting.
I'd like to travel to Greece with the boys, and why haven't I done it yet? Monetary reasons. And COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say. That's a good one. All right, Noah.
Yeah, circle back to me. I gotta think.
All right.
I
Adam?
actually have one, and this one's gonna make you mad at me tomorrow, but I don't care. I think I've played a number of instruments in my life, and I've wanted to get good at least one of them. And I think the one that I would like to do the most would be the piano. Why haven't I gotten good? Why haven't I gotten good at it? Well, because you have tried so hard to teach me piano, and the reason that I haven't gotten any better than the last time when we talked about the circle of fifths is because I'm just so far too lazy. Well, I'm not far too lazy to practice. I practice and then I get demotivated by the fact that I don't really see results very, very quickly, and it's not something I'm used to as a feeling.
I told you to go buy a theory book to like teach yourself basic theory. So
well, but I have
understand.
a theory book. My mechanical skills don't get better at the rate I want them to.
So
So ultimately, I'm lazy. Yeah.
You have to practice,
But
dumbass.
I can't. I don't practice fast enough.
Well, that's how you get faster. You just got to play your scales, man. Just play your scales and arpeggios like the Aristocats told you.
But
It's a banging
that's
song.
Where's the life hacks on piano? Where's the skip cheat?
Adam,
Where's
I
the
hate to tell
sequence
you
break?
that after the age of 9, if you don't develop your oral, not O-R-A-U-R skills before the age of 9, then it takes you quite a long time to actually get to the same level as someone who started piano before that age.
But I was in choir before 9.
Choir, like, it's different than learning how to play piano. Like, even I find this too, and like I can play. It's just my left hand's not as good as my right hand. Like, didn't progress past grade 2 piano when I was 9. It's a thing. Anyone who I know who is a half decent piano player, like my dad, he started piano at the age of 4, like I did, but he actually took his exams and did well and did grade 8 piano. And even now that he hasn't played in years, he can still look at a piece of music and play it wonderfully. He's got fast fingers.
Well, in any case, yeah.
If you can type fast, then you should be able, it means you have good coordination and dexterity. You just can't be a lazy piece of shit.
Well, that's my problem, is I am a lazy piece of shit.
It's because you're too smart and things come easy to you.
Things do come easy to me, and it's made me lazy.
Sorry, Oscar.
Thank you for the compliment, and also veiled jab.
Love you. It's because you're smart. That's all. Anyway, I get you. I'm with you on that. Oscar, what were you gonna jump in with?
Oh, I was just gonna say, being good at the piano is, I think, by far the most impressive instrument to be good at.
It really is. It really is.
Really? I am a big fan of anyone who can play the accordion or a wind instrument, because embouchure is a task,
Yeah, the accordion is
nearly
two
as hard as
pianos.
I play a wind instrument.
Phew, Oscar, it's impressive. There you go.
I feel like piano is way harder than saxophone.
Really?
I used to be the saxophone section leader at in high school. Does that impress you?
It does impress me.
Yes, it does.
There you go. But no, why do you think piano's harder?
I played piano when I was younger, and I was never very good at it. I also played saxophone in high school, and I picked it up really easily, I found.
Really? And you also play guitar too?
Well,
No,
because
hardly.
it's one note versus chords.
Yeah, exactly. That's the part I find harder. Guitar, I'm like actually quite bad at. The only other instrument I'd say I'm passable or like good at, it's definitely my best instrument, is drums. But that's also
I
like
don't know.
you're just hitting shit on drums. It's not really that
But drums
musical.
is impressive too. You still have to keep the rhythm.
Yeah, the reason I started playing saxophone is because like in middle school I was playing the drums. Then for whatever reason I got it in my head that the drums weren't as musical. And it's not like they're not like I was good enough to the point where it was like fine, but I wasn't like super good at them, so it wasn't like impressively good kind of thing. So I was just like I should do something that you have to play notes, and then I started playing saxophone.
Okay.
That's how Noah and I became friends. Is we sat next to each other day one of music class, and also we had the same math class together.
Yeah. Well, I also feel like it would have happened anyway because you knew Liam and I was friends with Liam. But...
Yeah. Like Liam was one of the few friends that I knew going into Central because I went to private school beforehand. So
weird flex, Oscar.
There we go.
it's not. It's really not a flex.
Mm-hmm.
There was 5 other kids in my class.
Wow. What a
That's
time
not
to be
a
alive.
Alrighty.
Noah, so what was your answer for
Okay,
that,
so
Noah?
I was trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to word it, but I think I've come to a decision. The longest standing dream I can think of that I've had, like ever since I was little, was like contributing to science in some way. So that's like it's changed a lot since I was a kid. When I was a kid, I just wanted to make a lightsaber because I thought that'd be really cool. So
Noah, get on that shit.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't know what stopped me from doing that. I think it's wireless technology just hasn't progressed far enough for me to make a lightsaber yet.
The fact that it's
Yo,
physically
if
impossible.
if my question 12 came true and you accomplished your question 14, I could be a full-fledged Jedi tomorrow.
Work on it.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Oscar.
Noah.
So
you gotta get on that.
what's stopping me from doing that yet isn't. I don't really think there's anything stopping me.
Cold fusion.
Oh, if we're going back to the lightsaber thing, yeah, but like again, like contributing to science, I think it's hopefully what I'm progressing towards now, but I just haven't gotten there yet. So
Noah's gonna be a wonderful engineer. Well, you are an engineer. Like you're gonna do big things, man. I have hope. And,
We believe in you.
I believe in you. If that means anything, coming
Well, thank
from
you.
Adam and I, but we believe in you. And if you ever make a lightsaber, hit us up. We'll
Yeah,
definitely
for sure.
jump on that.
I'm gonna make a few and then store them. I'm not gonna tell anybody about it, and I'll
Yeah.
have the world's biggest collection of lightsabers.
Yeah, Noah, that'll be what you're famous for after you're dead.
They're gonna.
Just leave
I
the
won't tell
instructions in
anybody.
your will.
Yeah, true.
Like just get me old baby blue and we'll be all good.
Yeah.
I'll bequeath them to you guys.
Bequeath them.
Perfect.
All my
Yes.
lightsabers.
Oh my God. We actually have a special guest jumping on to say hi. It's Bram.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Bram.
Hello, Bram.
Hello.
Hi, how was everybody?
Hello, Bram.
Good.
We talked about you, so now you're gonna have to listen to the episode when it comes out to hear what we all said.
Sounds great. I'm sure it's nothing but awful things about me and my family
I
and
called you stinky.
my race.
Adam
also
mentioned you were
race.
Jewish. Adam
There's
mentioned you were Jewish.
I did mention the fact that
Did
you
tell
and
that.
your girlfriend are currently Jewish. I
Yeah.
mean,
No.
you and your current girlfriend.
The
There's also a pretty
anti-Semites.
good soundbite that we're all gonna make our ringtone.
Yes, that's true. There is a good soundbite that we've already got here.
Well, I can't wait for this episode to come out so I can listen to it in high def
Yay!
on Podbean and
Yeah!
On
YouTube.
Podbean.
Plug.
Oscar plugged his podcast first thing on the show in
Good-
his
good
intro.
call.
It was beautiful.
No, it was my content that I write for lastwordonhockey.com. You can find it at lastwordonhockey.com/off.
Jesus.
Wait, Oscar, if I want to see more of you,
Oh.
can I go to the Belief in the Magic podcast?
What's your LinkedIn?
Yeah, actually.
Plug your LinkedIn.
Don't
No,
plug your LinkedIn.
I've learned from my mistakes there.
No, but tell us about the Belief in the Magic podcast, actually, Oscar.
That is hosted by myself and my fellow writer Christian Holmes. We haven't actually recorded a podcast in a hot minute, but you can go back to our recording for the season preview, our Eastern Conference season preview, where we have Alex Metzger on. He's managing editor at Last Word on Hockey and a very intelligent guy. You can hear what we have to say about the upcoming season, and you can reflect upon that based on the season that's already occurred.
That sounds amazing, Oscar. And Noah, can I plug your Big Hot Sweaty Men podcast?
Of course, yeah. So, Big Hot Sweaty Men is this podcast I've been running with some of my friends I met at university, and
Wow.
basically we just troll the internet for big hot sweaty men, and we
Is
talk
this
about
real?
how big and hot and sweaty they've
Yeah,
become.
of course.
Is this real?
You've not heard the Big Hot Sweaty Men
Yeah,
cast?
you've been holding out on me, Bram.
Oh my god.
Oh my god,
Fuck.
no, you have to send me the link so I can put it in the show notes and also watch it.
Please, there is
Yeah,
no such
you
thing as
definitely-
a Big Hot Sweaty Men cast.
Damn it, I hate you. I got so
Please
Please don't go
excited.
looking for it, even though
What the
this is the
fuck?
Big Hot Sweaty Men cast.
I'm almost certain it exists somewhere. If you looked up
Oh,
Big
I'm
Hot
sure.
Sweaty Men podcast, something would
Hold-
definitely come up.
Amazing. Hold on, I have to get new headphones now that Bram's
No,
just
it's okay.
decided to-
I'm going. I just ordered food anyway, so I'll leave you
Did
to
you
it.
get a
But
burger?
I did get a burger.
Fuck you, I was gonna tell you to get
You're on a
my
podcast.
burger.
Where's the burger from, Bram?
Harvey's. It's
One of
closest.
these
Oh.
things.
Solid.
Delish. All right, I'm gonna go to it. But you guys have a good podcast. Can't wait to hear it. See you later, everybody.
See ya.
That's
Bye.
Bram's corner.
Bye.
Ah, my headphones. I love you. You're stinky.
You know, I think the direction I should have gone with the Big Hot Sweaty Men podcast was like a podcast Ian and I made about like working out. I think that would have been kind of funny.
That would
That's where I should have went with that.
I was gonna say that would sound actually like plausible.
Yeah.
I just thought it was really memey and I got excited. Also, Adam, don't look at your LinkedIn messages.
Okay.
I'm generating a conversation because every time I click, it just gives me all of these like pre-programmed answers. So it's just a fun conversation with the algorithm and the algorithm.
Wow. I'm looking at them right now. This is kind of what my text messages look like when my mother hasn't heard from me in a little while.
It's great. Either way, I should probably stop doing this as a hobby.
This is a strange hobby to have, indeed.
What can I say? COVID has stripped me of my sanity.
Number 18.
All right,
What?
number 18. What is your most terrible memory? All right, Oscar.
Okay.
You're going
Go
first.
ahead.
So terrible in the sense that it was terrible at the time. Looking back, it's fine now and it's kind of funny. So I hold on one moment. I need to set the mood. One moment, please.
Ooh.
So anyways, like you can find my stuff at lastwordonhockey.com.
Oh my god.
We're moving that over to lastwordonsports.com. We're reunifying all the different sites that we have. So you can find that. That'll be updated by the end of the month. And you should be able to find everything there, /author/Oscar Elliott. That'll be good there. And I've stalled long enough and I have the information that I need. Okay, so it take you back to October 21st, 2018.
Okay.
No, sorry, it would be October 19th, 2018.
Okay.
I arrive in Toronto.
Oh no.
I'm coming up to visit my good friend Noah here and my good friend and actually Bram tomorrow. Now that I think about it, I'm in first year university. I hadn't gone out drinking pretty heavily for quite a while. Like I had done it with my current roommate Connor a couple of times, but nothing too serious. So we're like, all right, what do we want to do tonight? Noah knows this bar called Einstein's or Stein's. So we're like, all right, let's go there. It's his friend's 19th birthday, so we're gonna go celebrate. Was it someone's 19th birthday that night?
Yeah,
Noah?
it was.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if
Okay.
it was. I should probably know this. I don't think it was on his birthday though. I think it was like the day, like it was earlier that week. But
No, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the celebration thing.
yeah.
So we go there. Noah and I and his friend, we split a pitcher of Stella at the wing place before we get to the bar. And then it's an Oktoberfest special at the bar. So you get a stein of beer. So I think it's a liter of beer for a decent price. And it was one of my favorite beers. It's Steam Whistle. So I'm like, of course I'm going to do that. Got the stein of beer. down that after splitting the pitcher of beer prior, I get another stein of beer. Okay, so I'm like, I've had a solid amount. Noah's like, Oscar, want to do shots? And I'm like, no, I probably shouldn't. And then he's like, too late, I've already ordered them. And I'm like, well, okay. And then we also get another beer later, and then I am not feeling well for the rest of the night, and I am struggling to get home. So without going into too much gruesome detail, I was not feeling well, to say the least.
It was gruesome.
It was essentially Bram and Noah abandoned me at the table with all of Noah's 19-year-old engineering friends who were scared of me, and one of them called me a whore. That was very fun.
Wait, what?
Oh, gee.
Yeah, because they were talking about women. I don't remember who, but it was like, they were talking about women. It was like, they were like talking about how to get a girlfriend. And I'm like, you know, you can just like talk to a girl. And then they were talking about like how one of them got like kissed by a girl. And I had been drinking too. So I think I crassly asked them if they were virgins. They're like, yeah. And then one of them called me, and then they asked me, and I think I said no, and one of them called me a whore or something like that. I don't remember the exact definition, but I remember being called a whore by this virginal engineering student who didn't know how to talk to women.
That's kind of classic, actually.
It was so funny. Like, I was not offended. I was like, you know, if you want to get with a woman, maybe don't call her a whore. Like, not that, like, he was
I am
hitting on me,
curious
but I
who
was
this
like,
was
no.
now.
I am too, and I feel like it was meant as a joke sarcastically, but yeah, I really don't know who that would have been.
I don't know. Like, it didn't sound sarcastic, but I didn't care anyways. I thought it was the funniest thing in the world because I forgot what it was.
What did they look like?
I'll tell you afterwards because I vaguely remember who it was, but it was so funny.
Okay, I'm curious.
Because I had to make small talk with all of your friends who were very awkward boys, and I was like, "Sup? It is me, a woman who is older than you, who also like, you know."
Not older than.
Yeah, he's like 26, like 27 now, I think.
So he was the most normal person there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, I owe Bob a beer.
Yeah, he left or something, or like he had to.
No, he helped carry Oscar home.
He
was there for a while.
Okay, so something like he wasn't at the table for a bit, and then I had to talk to the other guys that were there, and they were very
Well, yeah,
sweet.
because he was helping me at one point because we were talking the whole night.
Yeah. So so he left, and he was like the one person who I thought was cool, and who I was talking to, and then I was left with a man who called me a whore and his cohort of awkward boys, and it was really funny listening to them talk about women and trying to get kissed because they.
It's kind of classic because they're all still kind of like that.
It's amazing. I hope
that was in second year. Like that wasn't even that long ago. That was like a year and a half,
2 years ago.
I hope their first kisses go well, and I hope they find someone to lock lips with. That's a good step one.
Oh, jeez.
That's funny.
Like I don't see it.
That night was,
I don't. For how little I know them, I don't see it being like or any of the guys I've met.
It wasn't like your roommates. Like I don't. I'll tell you afterwards, but it was really funny.
Okay, I'm curious.
But yeah, that was a fun night. Not for Oscar. For everyone else.
I have a very fond memories of that night. Brad and I spent the rest of the night like in the bathroom. Like we just kept ordering beers and bringing them in the bathroom and then just talking with Oscar while he like sat in a puddle of his own puke.
Okay, let's calm down there. I tried to save the details, man.
Don't worry, we won't plug your LinkedIn now. Don't worry.
Or you can edit that part out, but fond memories. It was a good night.
It was really funny. It's okay. No one really listens to this podcast anyways. Not even Oscar or my own father. I don't know which one hurts more. Probably Oscar.
Probably Oscar.
Get it on Google Play.
We'll try.
We're already paying for an RSS feed. Actually, I owe Adam money.
You do owe me money, but I haven't told you how much because I forget.
It's expensive, man. We're not made of money.
We are not, indeed. It seems like it, but we are not.
I was gonna make a really bad joke, but I'm not going to.
Someone pick a question.
Okay. Let's do another one. Oh wait, no one else did their most terrible memories.
Oh no, yeah.
All right.
Do you guys want to?
Yeah, let's do it. Trauma. That's one of the big themes of this podcast.
That's true. We did start it with trauma, so it is kind of a theme.
It's a big theme. Noah, you want to start off with your childhood trauma or regular trauma or Any sort of spicy flavors?
Extra large trauma, supersized with
I feel
fries.
like the only thing I have that's like a bad memory is my lack of memory from this past Christmas at but I don't know if that really counts because I don't remember not remembering it, you know?
There you go. That's a
I think I understand what you're saying.
There's a sentence in there. We promise.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have any terrible memories that I can think of.
There we go. Adam, now it's our turn to make it real depressing. Come on, man.
I was going to say without making it too depressing, there is one memory that might not be.
You?
No. I'm just always tired. No, so one memory that is constantly nagging me, and it's terrible in this way because it fucks with the left side of my brain in that I can't really make heads or tails of it. Is I remember there was I think it was like my 5th or 6th birthday party, and we all went to like a bowling alley, and I was all surrounded by like my friends and my family and shit, and it was great. And this was the birthday that I got a Game Boy Advance SP, not Blue Edition. Don't even make this about that. Yeah, it was great, and I loved bowling, and I was having a great time. At least theoretically, I should have been because everything was great. But I remember pretty much ruining that party by something made me start bawling my eyes out and just like crying intensely and screaming and just being generally sad, and nobody could quite figure out what it is, and I couldn't either. Or at least to this day, I don't really know what it was. I'm sure that at the time I knew what was bothering me, but I can't fucking remember. It comes up in conversation around my family so often, and I can't make fucking heads or tails of it, and it bothers me to no end.
That's amazing. I'm gonna ask your mom about it.
Sure. She will tell you the exact same thing because I've asked her. I was just like, did something happen? Did I get hurt? And she was like, no, you were perfectly fine. And then at some point you just started bawling, and I was just like, why? So that's my most terrible memory that I can't make fucking heads or tails of.
Wow, that's sad, man. I'm sorry.
I mean, don't be. I don't really know what you'd be sorry for.
I don't know. I feel like I have to say sorry. Okay, I don't know. Oh, there's so many to sort through. Ooh, what's a good funny one? There are so many.
What's a good time when I suffered that I can tell these people?
What's a great time that I suffered? Okay, so like webkinsoning aside, if we're going for like weird shit that happened that like genuinely describe my childhood, it's kind of recent, but I'll tell it anyways because I'm like thinking about terrible things now. I'm sad.
Mm-hmm.
This is funny. So my wonderful parents who do not listen to this podcast, so this is fair game for me to tell stories like this. They're very passive in terms of dealing with things. Like a great example, aside from the story, is when my dad's grandfather was having a heart attack, and he wanted to. He was going to the hospital, but he refused to get in an ambulance. So my dad drove him himself down to Mount Sinai in downtown Toronto, and they stopped for bagels along the way. And the man had a double bypass after that. So that's my family. We love. But yeah, so pretty much there's there's also this wonderful thing where my parents don't believe me when I tell them something's wrong sometimes. So like there'll be an issue and then it'll just go ignored. Much like this one did, where we had a horrible wasp infestation for 3 years because my parents didn't believe me until the second year in, and then we just didn't know what to do. So there were 3 straight summers of wasps living in the ceiling of my bathroom, which traumatized me. And now I am terrified of bugs. This was after we had a 3-year moth infestation too. So yeah, was not down for bugs. So either way, pretty much anytime I'd go into my bathroom, I'd turn the light on and then it would electrocute the colony of wasps that were living above where the light bulb should be. And then one would like get really angry and get like electrocuted fall down and like start buzzing around the bathroom angrily. So like I could trap and kill them, but it was like every like 3 summers straight this happened, and it took 3 years until my parents called an exterminator and even patched up the hole in our ceiling when we finally figured out where they were coming from. But it took 3 fucking years to do something. So there were 3 straight summers of me just like, I'd have to give myself an extra 30 minutes in the morning. So it's like, okay, guess I'm gonna have to murder a wasp today. And if it was my lucky day, 2 wasps would fall down from my ceiling and I'd have to kill them. Like, I was genuinely late for work a couple times because it just took so long to murder these wasps. And, like, I couldn't let them loose in my house. So, that's the story. That's the story of how my parents didn't believe me that there were wasps living in my bathroom and let it go on for 3 years. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. That was pretty terrible. Like, I still get, like, panicky thinking about that. It was so much anxiety-inducing stress. Yeah.
Oof.
All right. Ooh, this is fun. Childhood and trauma is a good time.
Sounds like fun.
Mine's not childhood. It was adult.
Yeah. Yeah. Childhood
Like,
ones are more depressing, but yeah,
I haven't drank Bo's Lug Tread since that day. It was one of my favorite beers.
Oh, no.
You've also
Sorry,
barely had
Oscar.
whiskey since that day, too.
Barely. Yeah, I have on occasion. Yeah, like I have the odd time. I think it was more that one night that we were just in my basement drinking whiskey.
Yeah.
That
was
the
also-
first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just
That was
gross
weird.
because
That was just weird.
yeah, because that wasn't even from drinking too much. That was just, I don't know.
I think you were just sick.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. I guess last 2 questions before we wrap up.
Okay.
Number 34. Your house
Ooh.
containing everything you own catches fire. After saving your loved ones and pets, you have time to safely make a final dash to save any one item. What would it be and why? Go.
Ooh.
I have my answer if nobody
Yeah.
else does.
Go
Okay,
ahead, Noah.
mine's pretty straightforward. Actually, okay, this one's kind of hard. Can I do 2, like apartment and house?
Yeah,
So
why
I
don't
have-
we? Yeah,
so I have
one
different
at
stuff
each
at both.
place. Yeah,
Okay.
one for each place.
At my house, my car, easily, that's like, not only because it's probably the favorite thing that I own, it's also by far the most expensive.
Yeah, tell us
So
about your car
I-
for our viewers who don't know.
I'm pulling that out of the garage. Okay, my car is 1975 Corvette. I got it 3 years ago now. It was
More than
like
that.
That's
Sort of a-
nice.
a graduation present to myself, I guess, for high school.
Mm.
But it's also like I've always been into classic cars, so it's been something I've been wanting for a while. I finally convinced my mom to let me get it around that time, so it just kind of worked out well.
Nice. That's a good one. And then
Yeah,
your
that's,
apartment in Toronto.
Okay, that my other follow-up question is what counts as an item?
Anything.
Like what if it's something that makes up a system of things? Okay,
What
I
do you
guess it's just okay. So
Just explain.
Yeah.
my answer for the apartment would be my sound system.
Okay, that's fine. That's an item.
Okay, I mean I don't think I could carry it out all in one go, but and that's mostly kind of for the same reason. It's probably my favorite item in my apartment, and it's also the most expensive. So
There you go.
Mm.
double whammy.
All right. Adam, Oscar?
Give me a second.
Okay, if no one else has one, I can go next.
Yeah, you do it. I need a minute as well.
Okay. So being the wonderfully paranoid child I was, for my Toronto house, I actually made a bag of my most precious like memorabilia items that I kept beside my bed at all times, so that if there was a fire, I would just take that and then leave. But yeah, it would. So like in that bag that I had was like, at the time, like it's like my old journal entries, like a book. This is so cheesy. Like my teddy bear. It had like family heirloom jewelry that like I would put in that bag every night if I wasn't wearing it. Like I have my grandmother's engagement ring. So like that's in there, and like a couple other sentimental like expensive jewelry items that like I got for like my bat mitzvah or like just for like my 16th birthday or like other big birthdays. So that's also in there too. And then like cards from like family members who have passed that were like really special. Like I just put in this bag. So thanks, baby Tamara. And like I guess like what would be in there, like what I put in there now when I go to Toronto, because I still do this because it's just handy, is like, this is gonna be so fucking mushy. I feel so weird saying this to you guys, but fine. It's like all of these like cards that Bram has written me, because he's a good poet, and like I have pictures of them, but like the man writes a good card, so I have a little like a bag of these cards that I put into that bag when I'm in Toronto.
That's so cute.
Now
yeah.
I feel bad about my answer. Mine's like super materialistic.
Oh my god, no! Do you want to know what mine would be in like Guelph? Which also I do this in Toronto too, but I don't have another answer.
Okay.
It's like my designer bags that I got for my birthday, like that and my teddy bear and that bag of like precious items. That's it. That's all I would want.
Well, I feel like I just
my phone.
I don't have any like heirlooms or like memorabilia and stuff like that I was like super set on keeping.
Like photos are all just in the cloud now.
Yeah,
so
same. I don't have any physical photos.
Like the only photos I have are on my bulletin board behind my computer right now, and I think all of those are on like my laptop as well.
Yeah.
And like in the cloud, so I can access those. And like I don't think there's anything that's like super significant like material wise for me. Like I like a laptop and Switch and like all that stuff, like, but it's not like one thing that I'd go back in to save. Either like either like baby stuff or stuff, something like that, or like yearbooks or something like that.
Yeah, I used to have my yearbooks in that pile too.
But like I can't think of really anything that it's like, okay, like once the family and the pets are out and everything like that, it's like, yeah, everything else is kind of straightforward.
Yeah, that's a valid answer.
Mm.
That's a valid answer. Some people like, I don't know, I'm really nostalgic about stuff, so I remember as a kid being like diligent about like, oh, well, this is like, I had a list. It's like, okay, if there's a fire, this is what I need to get, so that I would know and I'd be prepared. Thankfully, never happened. Never had to do that. Was just a really paranoid child. But yeah, it like, I don't know. It's just, I like keeping things. So like, I like having hard copies of stuff. So like cards that people have written me, like I save if you write me a birthday card, I keep it forever. Like that's just me. Even like stuff from like exes and shit, I still have. Like from my first boyfriend in grade 6, I still have like, we used to write, this is gonna be so Jewish, I'm so sorry. We used to write Shabbatograms to each other, where it was like $2 and you would like on Shabbat, on Friday, like once a month, like they would like hand deliver these stupid cards to your classroom. It was kind of like, you know how in like high school movies you like see people delivering roses on Valentine's Day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like that, but these were like cards that were just on Fridays, like once a month and it would like the money would go to charity. But I have like the Shabbatograms that like my grade 7 boyfriend would write me, and then my grade 8 like boyfriend and then later crush wrote me, 2 different people. I had an illustrious dating career in middle school, so I still have those.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like, I don't know. It's like they don't mean anything really to me. It's just like, oh, this is really funny to like keep, and it's kind of like cute, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Sentimental, and they're really cringy, so that's also why.
So they have a lot of value.
I found, okay, this is super off topic, but I finally got access to like my email that I made in the summer before grade 6. And I used to forward text messages from myself to my email account before like when I had my old phone that was like a flip phone. So like I couldn't screen share stuff, but I could forward text message, like I could text my email. So I found an old text message from my grade 8 ex that says, I sent you this, Adam. It was like, oh, this is when Twilight like came out in theaters, and I remember I took my ex to go see it. He was like, how bad can Twilight be with a girl like you? Heart. And I was like, oh my god, what was this? This is like grade 8 bullshit. I love it. It was so funny. I was so happy I kept it.
I have mixed feelings about the fact that is how I flirt with my my current SO and I flirt.
Hey, man.
That's just the way it works.
That's honestly how I feel like I would be right now too. I feel like I haven't changed since the 8th grade.
Pretty much.
But like that's how to do it and like not come off creepy though. That's what I told Adam actually. I was like, if you want to flirt but like over text and not be creepy, just pretend you're in middle school. What would you say to a girl in middle school? Just be sweet. Done.
Seems to work. So
Yeah.
Because like if you like can't talk and you don't want to come off creepy, then it's like a gamble if you like, you know, say something that a middle schooler wouldn't say. But yeah. Like I don't know, saying like sweet dreams and shit. That was cute. I remember when like any of the guys I dated used to say like, oh, like sweet dreams, have like GNITE part. That was like, oh, swoon worthy. I remember being so excited to like when someone said like sweet dreams or G night with a heart, like you fucking made it, right? It's like, who's gonna say I love you in middle school?
No, nobody. Not so.
Yeah, like my longest relationship in middle school was a year, but like that was my first one, and like we held hands and then broke up. But like that was pretty sexy, I know.
Scandalous. That's scandalous.
That's very. How did you guys get away with it? Is my question.
We didn't, because you want to know why? His sister saw us holding hands, called his mother, who called my mother, so that by the time I got home from the date, she already knew what happened.
Oh my gosh.
It was like a mother reporting service.
God in heaven, that's almost terrifying.
It was, and I told my mom, she's like, yeah, I knew already. She's like, Arlene called me and told me the second it happened. And I was like, what the fuck?
That's just weird. Jesus.
That is really weird.
Well, yeah, it's because his mom and my mom were friends, and they like used to sit every day, like for carpool pickup. They used to like go to each other's cars and like chat with each other. Apparently that was the hot thing to do at, my private school. So that was fun. So like they got all the dirt. So I literally like didn't like, I told my mom stuff anyways, but like I didn't need to tell her shit because she already found out. Because if my like boyfriend told his mom something, then my mom would automatically know. Like no, wow, that's
fucking
so hard.
knew.
She fucking knew her. Rosette knows everything.
Apparently so. Oh my god, I'm scared of that woman.
She would like get tea from like even in high school. Like I had a group of like guy friends that I was really close with who I called my siblings, and they were like over every single weekend, and my mom would get like gossip from them. So then I would tell my mom something, and she's like, oh, did you hear this? I'm like, how do you know this? She's like, oh, Jonathan told me. And I'm like, what? You don't even go here. How do you know this?
That's funny.
Yeah, she's still like, she doesn't know everything, but she'll still gossip with me about family members. It's really funny. It's a good time. Yeah. Either way, before we go, I wanted to ask you all one question, and I don't need to answer this. And Adam, you can if you want to. I just want to hear Noah and Oscar. Question 11. Take 4 minutes and tell your partner your life story in as much detail as possible. And we'll.
Okay. One.
All right.
One moment.
I'll set the timer.
Let me think about this. Life story.
Noah, do you want to go first, or do you want to let Oscar go first?
I'm just gonna wing it. I'll just wing it.
All right,
okay,
ready? 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Noah.
Okay, so born 1999, February 2nd, Groundhog Baby. There's about 3 years of blank space where I don't remember anything. Earliest memory, kind of tough. Earliest memory, I think, uncle and aunt and uncle's attic playing with a like 30s Ferrari toy replica thing. Okay, after that, kindergarten, Avon Public School. My first grade or kindergarten teacher was Miss. I got in trouble a lot there because we used to have snowball fights, and that was against school rules.
Goodness.
I was kind of a rebel child.
Ooh.
I must say so. Yeah, lots of snowball fights and improper use of the tricycles. I would ride them on the back, which you weren't, like a scooter, which you weren't supposed to do. Then first grade, I went to Bedford. That's where I met like most of my friends now, like Bram. Actually, Bram might not have been in my class then. I don't actually remember, but like who you don't know is a good friend of mine throughout public school.
No, she knows.
I've been to his house.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was talking. Yeah,
To Adam.
okay. Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah. So then and I were really good friends through most of public school. He was like my main friend, like best friend in public school.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah. And then
Also 2.5 minutes.
okay, middle school. And I kind of drifted apart, and then I became better friends with like. And then in like grade 8, as I said earlier, with Bram.
Mm-hmm.
Then high school, pretty much the same friend group except Oscar showed up, and then
Hello.
and then also and then ever since then it's pretty much been that like same set of friends. So that's I'll just end that there.
You have a minute and 50 seconds left.
Okay. Graduated high school in 2017. I'm now in my third year, or just finishing my third year of my engineering degree. I'm at an internship right now at AMD, working on their graphics cards. I also met friends in university, but that's not really relevant because you guys don't really know any of them that well. How much time do I have left?
Minute and 26 seconds and counting.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, I'm going out of timeline now. What else? I had.
What courses did you have in grade 9?
Fuck. Music. Okay, first semester, music, math, geography, and French? No, I didn't have gym first semester. Maybe I did. And then, no, business. Business? Maybe, yeah, business.
Yeah.
Second semester, I had French, gym, English, and science. I think
Right.
that sounds about right.
40 seconds left.
Okay.
Grade 10.
Oh my god.
Okay, any other more interesting question? I think that's all I have, honestly. I haven't been around long enough to have 4 minutes worth of life story.
Well, you got 30 seconds, so you can tell me, okay, in 20 seconds, tell us about your ex-girlfriend that Bram and Oscar hated.
Okay.
You don't have to say a name. We'll beep out the name.
Yeah, I won't say any names. It's fine. We met in the 10th. We met in middle school, I think.
Okay, 10 seconds.
We started dating in the 10th grade and then dated throughout high school and then went to the same university, but then broke up after first year. That's probably my time.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah, that's my life story.
Wonderful. All right. Oscar, are you ready?
All right. I think so.
All right. 3, 2, 1, start.
I was born a baby, a blank slate. I thought I was in control of my own destiny. And then I met my dad. No.
Oscar, you're missing out on like 14 years before you met me.
I was born January 1st, 1999. Grew up, went to Montessori, Stratford Montessori. For kindergarten, my best friends were and then I went there through until about grade 3. Had many friends there, and lots of people. Then I went to St. Joe's Catholic School, and that's where I was already friends with at that point, but we finally got to go to the same school. Was friends with lots of different people at that point, and so went there for grades 4 and 5. Ended up going back to Montessori for grades 6, 7, 8.
Right.
That's where I really became really good friends with among others. Was again back there. Sadie Palick, among others. Please don't look these people up. I don't know why I was talking about
Yeah,
them.
no, you shouldn't really.
I was gonna say,
There's gonna be a lot of
Last
looping for this part.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oscar's just doxing himself.
Pretty much,
And
yeah.
all these other people too.
Just like
We
by
gradu-
association, now we can just know who Oscar is.
Graduate grade 8.
Find him on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Graduated grade 8 from private school from Montessori. Went to Central in grade 9. Went to school with
Where you met your
was
dad.
one of the few people that I knew going into grade 9. My mom worked there at the school as attendant secretary, and that's where I met Noah. I knew Bram and a few others a little bit prior,
2 minutes.
and stuff like that, but I hadn't met Noah. I hadn't met, so I became friends with them. science class and English class in grade 9. That's when I sort of became friends with two very good friends of mine now.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy
yeah.
birthday.
Happy birthday. Shout out.
So we're all friends. So we hang out. Grade 10. Grade 10 was when May 24 is when we started drinking together. Big milestone. Grade 10, summer of grade 10, we went to Noah and I went to Rome, Pompeii and Croatia. That was a big trip. A year before that, actually going back to grade 9, I started work at Pazzo. I started as a dishwasher, moved to runner, and then eventually bartender and server. So I did high school, thought I was going to be an apprentice for construction somewhere. Decided first semester grade 12 that I was going to go to university for sport management. Pulled my marks together for then and got into university. Then after that, I left Pazzo and started working at the golf course in Mitchell. That's where I still am.
50 seconds.
Still am today, and now I go to university. I'm roommates with now and my buddy and his girlfriend, and so we all live together. A group of 4, living in somewhere. I'm not going to say where.
I was going to say, you're doxing yourself left and right, and you have 30 seconds left.
So I'm studying for my bachelor's degree of sport management. I met my buddy there. I met my buddy there. Met all those
15 seconds.
Met all those guys, and that sort of brings me where I am today. I've been doing very well in university and consistently 80 and above.
You have 5 seconds. Follow him.
Thank you.
There we go. All right. Well, that Adam, if you want to do it, or you could just leave it off with our guest.
Did anyone get my kicking and screaming reference?
No, I just was going through the list of names that we have to bleep out.
If it was in the first half of your whole fucking description, then I missed it because I'm still getting over. I was born a baby.
That was the reference.
What?
Oh shit.
Okay.
I was born a
my God,
baby, a blank slate. I thought I was in control of my own destiny.
Oh my God. I only registered I was born a baby, and I just fucking lost.
I said the rest I just didn't hear. Oh God.
Fuck.
Well, we're uncultured swines. I think that about wraps this up. This is actually a crossover episode. Me, Oscar, Noah, and Bram have a podcast that we'll record called P-Triple-G Trash Cast. That's a mouthful. And it will be out on Facebook and somewhere else. I'll link it in the show notes when it's finally out. But yeah, we'll do our pluggables at the end. But Oscar, Noah, do you have pluggables? Now's the time, Oscar. Shout out that LinkedIn.
For the 3rd time.
Yeah, for the 3rd time.
I don't think I have anything to plug.
What? Belief in the magic?
We haven't recorded anything in a hot minute. You can follow me on Twitter at OscarEllie_99.
Okay.
And I've plugged my work already.
Wonderful. Noah, do you have anything you want to plug?
My Twitter is non-existent. My Instagram usage is abysmal.
Add them on Facebook.
No, don't
please don't add me on Facebook.
Oh my God.
I only use that for messaging, and my LinkedIn is out of date, so I don't really have anything to plug.
Find him on Grindr.
Jesus.
Oh shit!
Yo, yeah,
follow the
actually
follow the Hot Sweaty Men podcast.
There you go.
On Twitter at Hot Sweaty Men.
Find me on
There we
Tinder, if you would. I wouldn't mind starting some conversations. That'd be great.
We can answer this question. We can answer this questionnaire. You can fall in love with any of these fine men if you want to learn more about their answers. There you go. We're now a dating show.
Yep.
Raj Lair who? Adam, do you want to plug your own Twitter, and then I'll round us off because I have the links in front of me.
It's in the show notes.
All right, check out our show notes. We have a Podbean, which is ourpodcastsucks.podbean.com. We now have a Patreon. Don't pay for it.
Don't
pay for it. We do have levels though in tiers, as if you could pay for it, but don't pay for it. If you're a first person,
in the top 1% of income in,
or if you're my dad,
that's it.
Yeah, if you're my dad or if you're a billionaire. That's it. And if you do end up paying for it and you're the first person, well, we'll pour out someone on the show and we'll give you a wonderful surprise.
Yep.
You can find us on Facebook at OMS Broadcast as well, because continuity is not our strong suit. And yeah, you can find Adam on Twitter at Adam Kozak with a 0 because he speaks late speak.
I do.
You can find Bram on Twitter at Adam Bramler. You can find me on Twitter at Tabrams28, and you can find my YouTube channel linked in the description below. We'll also include one of Bram's favorite videos of the week. Give me a second to get him in here and say his spiel, because he'll be happy to be included on that. Dead air. Hold on. Bram?
Okay, so in the meantime that we're waiting for Bram, I think we should fill the time with some stuff. So I'm going to plug my find my work at lastwordonhockey.com/author/Oscar Elliott.
Oh,
Number 3. Holy fuck.
All right, Bram.
Hi,
Bram's
everybody.
video of the week.
Hello, Bram.
Bram,
Hi,
I
everybody.
doxed
This
everyone
week-
we know.
Oscar spent 4 minutes
Everybody.
doxing everyone.
You're just using last names left and right.
Yeah, it's really
Oh.
bad.
It was great.
God, it's
See-
horrid.
That sounds lovely.
You'll have to listen to the episode with all of the fucking beeps. Can you do a different beep for each name that Oscar uses at him? That's your challenge for his
I
life
will
story.
try.
Man's been spending hours on that thing.
Yeah.
So many names.
So many names. Bram, what's your video of the week?
This week, I recommend the show, the YouTube video, Kid Nation, the movie, by Connor Eats Pants. Classic video.
Wonderful. Do you have any final closing notes, Bram? You can say something. Anything that you
I
think is
love
related.
everyone here.
Aw.
Oh,
Oh, we love you too.
Good to see
yeah.
you. Good to hear from you. We'll have to meet up IRL
We shall.
Agreed.
With masks.
with Matt.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just a mask.
And Bram didn't do this episode because he didn't want to put on pants.
And I also was feeling really sick.
And he's playing Minecraft.
Thanks for
Doxing you?
doxing me.
So
There
on
we
the
go.
next episode, I think Oscar's just going to read out his Facebook friend group.
Yes.
I'll
As
just
well
go
as
through
all
my
of his personal
contact list
information,
with their
his
phone numbers.
SIN,
Yeah,
all the
Yeah.
phone
other shit,
numbers.
Ooh, your Serb login?
your serve login.
If you join our Patreon, you can find Oscar's passport and social insurance number. It'll be
That'll be the
listed
prize for
Yep.
future
Yeah.
movie. That's our Patreon
there you
tier.
go.
It's just
Yeah.
learn
It's
more
just
about Oscar.
You get Oscar's identity, all of his
You
credit
You
become
get
cards.
Oscar.
everything. You get a picture of him. We'll if you support our platinum tier, we will literally send you the skin suit of Oscar so you can be Oscar.
Oscar.
So does that.
Oscar.
Have fun.
For Bram's birthday,
wanna
can you
take
make
on
him a
the skin
calendar? Oh my god, yes. Can you make Bram a calendar of just you? Just make him a calendar for his birthday.
Of course, I can probably do that with photos I have of myself already.
Please, just for his next birthday. Or
Yeah, we
actually, no. For our anniversary, I'm going to give Bram a calendar of you.
I want to see that.
I really want to do the. Oh no, that was gonna be for Noah's birthday. The Yakety Sax record. So we found a Yakety vinyl of Yakety Sax for free. We were like, oh, let's just give this to Noah because he loves vinyl. But let's like create our own vinyl and like record our own songs over it, corresponding to each track. And our buddy Liam was like, let's just do like hardcore rap. And stuff like that, and it's like, oh my god, like what are the songs on the album? And we just take a look at the back and to find it, and it's just like stuff like Cotton Fields, it's like Yakety Sax, like Lonely Boy and stuff like that. It's like, oh, we could have a field day with this.
Amazing.
that's
You can
fun.
totally do that, but I just want a calendar of you to give to Bram. For either, like, whenever it's finished, either for our 2-year anniversary or for our 2.5 year. I think that would make it really special.
Yeah,
I hope he
I'll
doesn't
send you.
break
I'll
up
send
with
you
me.
the photos.
Amazing. Wonderful. Yeah, no, you're not paying for this. I wouldn't make you pay for my own gift to Bram. You can pay me with photos of yourself. That sounds great. All right. Well, thanks so much for listening, and thanks to our wonderful special guests for coming on and doing the show.
Yes,
and
thank you.
if you like
Thanks
them,
for having us.
you can find them on their other shows and our show. Hooray. Any closing remarks?
Goodbye.
Hello.
There we go. All right.